Class of 2013 and guests, please be seated. Today, just as all days, it's a great day to be a Jaguar. Welcome to the Blue Springs South High School commencement exercises for 2013. This is truly a special day for our graduates, all their family, and their friends here to witness the confirmation of diplomas for this senior class. I'd like to thank Mr. Jamie Mitchell and our Blue Springs South Orchestra for providing the music for this evening. And at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our superintendent of the Blue Springs School District, Dr. Paul Kinder.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Blue Springs Board of Education, thank you for being here to celebrate the graduating class of Blue Springs South High School for the year 2013. Congratulations, graduates. I'd like to take a brief moment to introduce our platform guests. First, our Board of Education, our President Dave Wright, Vice President Kent Bradford, Treasurer Rhonda Gilstrap, and members Dale Walkup, Dale Falk, Jennifer Casey, and Kay Cohen. Thank you for being here. Members of our district administration, Deputy Superintendents Annette Siegel and Jim Finley, and Assistant Superintendents Bill Cowling, Kim Brightwell, Scott Young, and Leslie Evans. Thank you for being here. Our South Administration, Principal Dr. Randy Dow, Associate Principal Dr. Charlie Belt, and Assistant Principals Doug Matson and Shelley Brown. Thank you. The Blue Springs South class of 2013 had 3 National Commended Scholars, 3 National Merit Finalists, 2 Missouri 100 Scholars. They had 4 conference championships in athletics and a total of $4.9 million in scholarships, both academically and athletically, awarded this class. These young ladies and gentlemen could not be here without a lot of help today. Would all the parents please stand? All the parents of graduates, please stand to be recognized. Parents, please stand. Also, grandparents and great-grandparents, would you please stand? We'd also be remiss on this Memorial Day weekend if we didn't honor those that served our country. Would all current members of the military and all veterans please stand? Thank you and enjoy your celebration.
It's my pleasure to introduce our student speakers for this afternoon. Our first speaker is Marley Gilliard. Marley is a member of DECA and the Predator yearbook staff. She spent time on the Jaguar volleyball, tennis, and basketball teams. She's the daughter of Rodney and Tanya Gilliard, and she plans to attend the University of Arkansas in the fall, majoring in business. Please welcome Marley Gilliard.
All right. A little over 4 years ago, I was 14 years old and about to start my first day of freshman year. My parents woke up extra early to snap some pictures, which my mom insisted on instantly uploading to Facebook. I met up with some friends before school to ride to the freshman center together. I still remember the knot in my stomach when I slid out of the car and was swept up in the hundreds of students, schedules in hand, rushing to find their new classrooms. I remember thinking, Wow, there's a lot of us in this place. Here I am today, and in some ways, not so much has changed. Luckily, unlike freshman year, I left behind the awkward bangs and the even more awkward jean miniskirt. But my parents are here, snapping pictures and wishing me well. The girls I rode to school with that first day are here sitting in the crowd. And like my first time walking into high school, my stomach is tight with nerves and excitement for what the future is holding. And yes, there still are a lot of us in this place. But with a graduating class of over 400 students, we've gotten pretty good at squeezing together to make room for one another. But some things are definitely different. 4 years ago, I was excited, but I had no idea of the implications of the journey I was beginning. I didn't think about the fact that one day I'd be a sophomore, and then a junior, and eventually a senior, when I'd have to decide if and where I wanted to go to college and what I wanted to study, and ultimately, what I planned on doing with the rest of my life. I was just excited to be a freshman. Today, standing in front of all of you, I know that I'm standing on the brink of a future that is the rest of my life. We get so stuck asking what will happen next and wondering how our lives will turn out, I think we forget to realize our future is not something that just happens to us. It's up to us to create it. Our decisions help mold it and shape it into the lives that we've dreamed of having. I want to urge you to embrace the opportunities before you. Take what you've learned these past 4 years and put it to good use. Now, lucky for us, graduating from Blue Springs South has taught us more than the curriculum called for. A.J. Smith taught us that there's nothing wrong with joining in a friendly game of faculty tug-of-war. Alec Barber showed us that sometimes a backflip is necessary. Other things we learned from our teachers: Mr. Hanneman taught us that it is indeed possible to escape a bear attack without a scratch. Mr. Gettings showed us that sometimes the best way to get a class's attention is by accidentally lighting a $5 bill on fire. And we learned from Miss Rogers that sometimes warm cookies, 3 for $1, is all it takes for a sweeter day. Our teachers weren't just teachers. They were friends, confidants, and inspirations. They pushed us towards our goals, not only letting us learn from our mistakes, but allowing us to grow from them. But our teachers were not the only ones to go the extra mile. Our counselors and advisors put in hours as we changed our minds a million times about what we wanted to do with our lives. Their patience and guidance helped make the transition from high school students to high school graduates easier for all of us. And we can't forget the ones who have been there from the beginning, the ones who have watched us stress ourselves out over our test scores, watched their daughters break down about not being able to find the perfect prom dress, and their sons beat themselves up about missing that free throw or that tackle. The ones who comforted us when the relationships we thought would last forever came to an end. We get so caught up in the everyday life of high school, with the drama and the football games and the who's dating who, we sometimes don't give credit to the people who deserve it most. Parents and guardians, you guys were the ones who cheered us on through it all. It was because of your hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to us that we're here today. So I think I can speak for everyone when I say thank you. So here it is, guys. The hours of memorizing formulas for that trig test, writing those essays, and studying those medical terms have finally paid off. We've all taken different paths to get here, and we will all make new paths that will lead us down the next journey of our lives. But Blue Springs South will always have a little piece of us, and we will always have a piece of it. We will all have this moment to look back on, and we will all have this memory to share. Class of 2013, family, guidance, and friends, thank you.
Our next speaker is Emily Royer. Emily is a member of the Jaguar Pride Color Guard and Winter Guard. She was selected to perform with the All-American Band at the All-American Bowl last winter. She is a varsity letter winner in forensics. This year, she was a district champion and state qualifier in radio speaking. In the Health Occupations program, she served as vice president. She placed first in medical spelling and qualified for the HOSA national competition. She served as president for National Honor Society and Modern Language Club. Emily was the secretary of Young Democrats and served as a Jaguar ambassador. She has volunteered her time at several schools in our district, St. Mary's Manor, and the Missouri Democratic Party. Emily has earned the titles of Missouri Scholar, AP Scholar, and National Merit Finalist. Emily is the daughter of Bev and Jeff Royer. She will attend Truman State University in the fall and intends to major in English, physics, with a minor in Spanish. Please welcome Emily Royer. Have fun, Emily.
Pop icon Miley Cyrus once said, "I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream in the cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in?" This question of fitting in a strange new world takes me back to nearly 4 years ago when we were all first stepping foot in the doors of the Blue Springs Freshman Center, ready for our first day of high school. Every person here, regardless of whether or not you're willing to admit it, was nervous on that first day. We worried about everything from where we were going to sit at lunch to whether or not we were going to make it through the next 4 years. But soon enough, the butterflies flew away, our excitement took over, and we began our high school journey. The more I think about it, the more I realize how much that song reminds me of freshman year. But I don't think it stops there. It is my firm belief that there is an overplayed pop song that represents each of our years at South. So let's move on to sophomore year. It was 2010 when we first heard the lyrics, and I was like, baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 no. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does Justin Bieber's song Baby represent sophomore year? Well, you can tell yourself it was cool at one point, but quite frankly, no one ever really liked it. As sophomores, we were still the babies of high school. We were starting to figure out who our best friends were, but most of us still weren't old enough to drive, so the majority of socializing took place at school. We were still getting the hang of high school, but we knew better years were ahead of us. Then came junior year, and our anthem was, "Baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth." This was how we were starting to think about college. We wanted to show the schools of our dreams that we were intelligent, involved, well-rounded students, and we began to think of our lives in terms of our resumes. For some of us, junior year was the most difficult year. We had a lot to handle. More challenging classes, multiple extracurricular activities, a job, or maybe a volunteer position. But as tough as it was, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. We were anxious to be seniors, and that motivated us to keep pushing through. And then senior year arrived, and it was stressful and exciting, and more work than we thought it would be. Some of us were bitten by the senioritis bug. Some of us were motivated by the prospect of college. But no matter how we got here, each of us that is here today made it. We made it through all 4 years, and this year, our song is one from a movie that you probably either love or hate, and the lyrics are these. Here and now, it's time for celebration. I finally figured it out, that all our dreams have no limitations. That's what it's all about. Now, if you recognized that one, you've probably watched High School Musical too many times. But as corny as that song is, it is true for each person here. There really is no limit to what you can do in life. If you set your mind to something, no one can stop you from doing it. Never stop dreaming. Find what you want and go for it. That's your only job in life. Every person who's sitting here today that I've met over the past 4 years has something very special to offer the world. Imagine the life you're going to be living in 10 or 15 years. You're a writer for the New York Times. You're living in LA producing movies. You're doing research to find a cure for cancer. There are so many fantastic possibilities, and today is just the beginning of what the future holds for you. We can't talk about the future, though, without talking about the past and the people who have made today possible for us. This is a thank you to every parent who nagged at us to keep our grades up, to every teacher who stayed late or came in early to make sure we had all the help we needed, to every coach who taught us about teamwork and dedication, and to every administrator who made sure that we were in an environment where learning was the first priority. You have all done so much for us that goes unacknowledged, but we know we wouldn't be walking across the stage today if it weren't for your help. We have also gotten to this point by working together as a class and supporting each other. Unfortunately, not all of us could be here today. One of our classmates, Tyler Bossow, passed away on Wednesday, but he is with us today in our hearts. In remembrance of Tyler and any other family members, classmates, or friends who are no longer with us, we would now like to have a moment of silence. The past 4 years have held challenges and accomplishments, good times and bad times, tears and laughter. Class of 2013. Every millisecond, every fleeting moment you've experienced over these years has led up to this moment in time, this induction into the rest of our lives. It's scary and it's nerve-wracking, but I know we're ready. So forget about all the bad pop songs I've been quoting and remember this. We are the generation that's about to take on the world. Let's show them what we've got.
Our senior members of our a cappella choir will be coming forward, directed by Mr. Jason Bean. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Kinder, parents, faculty members, and friends, we have seated before you today a group of students who have established high standards of academic achievement and excellence. We take time today then to honor them for their tremendous accomplishments. Can you join with me, please? First, I'd like to share that students, graduates, you probably want to listen to this part, okay? Students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79 graduate today with honors or cum laude. We have 61 students before us that have achieved this honor and are designated in your program with an asterisk beside their name. Will the students graduating cum laude please stand and be recognized? Students who have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99 graduate today with the honor of magna cum laude. We have 38 students before us today who have achieved this honor. They are designated in your program with 2 asterisks beside their name. Will those students graduating magna cum laude please stand and be recognized? Students with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 and above have met the highest of academic standards. They graduate today with the honor of summa cum laude. We have 66 students before us that have achieved this honor and are designated in your program with 3 asterisks. Will those students graduating summa cum laude please stand and be recognized by this assembly? Academic excellence is something that requires commitment, work ethic, and sacrifice. Every one of the graduates seated before us have demonstrated these characteristics in their work at Blue Springs South High School. We'll take an opportunity to provide special recognition to those who have placed themselves in an elite group comprising the top 1% of the graduating class of 2013 based upon grade point average. I will read the students' names, and they will come to the stage to receive a medallion recognizing their accomplishments. Julia Lauren Toller. Maria Kathleen Gentry. Jessica Marie Duvall. Brent Michael Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 1% of the graduating class of 2013. Thanks, guys. Great job. This time I'd like to introduce our Student Senate President, Meredith Morris. Meredith has a few words of request for us in attendance today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to the parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends for being here to help us celebrate this special accomplishment. A graduation committee consisting of students, parents, and staff expect that this occasion remain dignified and respectful. Above all, it's requested that the audience refrain from excessive noise making and any activity that would distract from the reading or hearing of any graduate's name. Please also remain seated until the end of the ceremony, providing our seniors the respect they deserve on this momentous occasion. Again, thank you for being here and for your cooperation.
I'm proud to present the graduating class of 2013. As principal of Blue Springs South High School, I verify that the students seated before you today have completed all the requirements for graduation as specified by the state of Missouri and the Blue Springs R4 Board of Education, so that they may receive their Blue Springs South High School diploma. Ushers, will you please bring the graduates forward to receive their diploma presented by the Board of Education.
Come on up. Go, go, go. Here. This way. Joshua Brett Walters. Casey Daniel Jackson. Luke Christopher Wayner. Go ahead.
Corey Briles Kratzer.
Alexander Sutton Hall.
Cade Alexander Kratzer.
Garrett Creston McNamara.
Erica Margaret Christensen.
Austin Douglas Eads.
Kayla Jordan Shepard.
If you could please hold your applause till the end so everybody's name could be heard, it would greatly be appreciated. Julian Bailey.
Jordan Ann Getty.
Daniel Jesse Evans.
Zachary Don Phillips.
Mariah Alexandria Hughes. Michaela Mitchell.
Curtis Andrew Keel.
Blake Neal Windsor.
Emily Drew Wilhelm.
Jordan Terrell Conity.
Jessica Renee Hightower.
Lindy Mae Reese.
Brianna Starr Hopkins.
Nina Marie Hobbs.
Amanda Christiana Kraft.
Taylor Jane Haynes.
Marcy Anne Marie Dalton.
Morgan Riley Greenwood.
Quamicia Satis Yancey.
Bria Elizabeth Creedon.
Carolyn Waynette Gans.
Michaela Lynn Tolliver.
Deshaun Antonio Clay.
Chelsea Renee Melton.
Rex Allen Peak.
Alyssa Rose Schulenberg.
Allison Brett Henderson.
Caitlin Cheyenne Cush.
Lauren K. Anderson.
Savannah Ray Weedle.
Jennifer Marie Lyons.
Luke Christian Weaver.
Amber Lene Edwards.
Andrew Christopher Little.
Lauren Haley Israel.
Vishal Shivam Parmar.
Hannah Marie Rector.
Nicholas Alexander Osgood.
David Randall Hilton.
Alexander Nicholas McClafferty.
Matthew Logan Bruner.
Chauncey Mitchell Depew IV.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Myers.
Jacob Christopher Dean.
Elizabeth Marie Nettleton.
Ashley Paige Cooper.
Hannah Gabriella Anderson.
Chelsea Nicole Claire Hish.
Sarah Marie Jackson.
Jessica Dawn Frazee.
Alexis Taylor Thurman.
Madison Julia McCulloch.
Allison Danielle Peppers.
Amanda Lee Morgan.
Randy Alexis Ward.
Abby Joe Fisher.
Josiah West Baker.
Corinne Roya Azimi Tabrizi.
Laura Nicole DeSormo.
Taylor Kimberly Horde.
Sarah Marie Spangard.
Bailey Nicole Carson.
Leah Michelle Butler.
Brianne Payden Schlinger.
Jessica Marie DeVault.
Megan Rochelle Schroeder.
Alexander Mark Tiemeyer.
Tanner Dalton Boots.
Antonio James Fajardo.
Sarah Elizabeth Shanahan.
Kylie Michelle Young.
Jessica Lane Ness.
Elizabeth Ann Landon.
Alicia Jane Lecker.
Sabrina Nicole Ross.
Emily Louise Christ.
Jacob Reuben Need.
Blair Elizabeth Johnson.
Taylor Carl Brazel.
Trevor James Atkins.
Kyle Leon Burdick.
Garrett Reed Gould.
Blake Patrick Cromley.
Alexis Brennan Kulash.
Jacob Austin Jarvis.
Morgan Aaron Connors.
Lucas Matthew Robinson.
Gabrielle Ann Sonker.
Ethan James Pennington.
Hannah K. Downey.
Levi Alexander Fields.
Kaylee Elizabeth Smith.
Meredith Ann Morris.
Callie Renee Bales.
Dylan Michael Pope.
Shelby Ann Cuthbert.
Logan Lane Smith.
Catherine Brianna Porter.
Christopher George Harris.
Haley Nicole Faudry.
Ethan Curtis Grumke.
Miranda Dawn Pollard.
Dallas Dale Herman.
Ryland Wayne Massey.
Spencer Garrett Hunt.
Blake Donald Wyatt.
Jacob Ray Blevins.
Hannah Lynn O'Donnell.
David Anthony Wiley.
Emily Renee Zwirink.
Shane Robert Dempsey.
Jacob Dean Arnett.
Nicholas Morgan Rao.
Michael David Thomas McCarty.
Ryan Thane Andrews.
Taylor Christine Casey.
Christina Jean Hamilton.
Meredith Leanne Bransky.
Taryn Lee Bradley.
Christina Marie Chavez.
Laura Madison Rose Gibbons.
Claudia Lynn Martin.
Kara Suzanne Wilson.
Kristen Lynn Stichler.
Renee Christine Henderson.
Grace Catherine Vanderdrift.
Johnny George Rotolo Jr.
Andrew Allen Wright.
Spencer Marshall Carney.
Nicholas James Raymer.
Krista Marie Kirk.
Nicholas Lawrence Buchero.
Sarah Elizabeth May Adams.
Braden Lawrence Curd.
Jason David Brown.
Samuel Kennedy Hayes.
Stephen Richard Sell.
Christian Taylor Sprague.
Joshua Elijah Lackey.
Mackenzie Dawn Beebe.
Veronica Taylor Hamilton.
Brooke Denise Herrera.
Luan Nan.
Madison Ann Kelly.
Joshua Ryan Tate.
Chloe Monique Dale.
Michaela Marie Barrett.
Marley Regular Gilliard.
Brianna Ashley Neal.
Jordan Justine Geocaris.
Reginald Isaiah Davis.
Cassidy Lee Frankie.
Lucas Diego Munoz.
Brittany Kayla Marie King.
Brent Michael Harrison.
Heather Michelle Furneaux.
Maria Kathleen Gentry.
Amber Nicole Jolie Presnell.
Julia Lauren Toller.
Jillian Elizabeth Crowley.
Anastasia Jean King.
Brittany Sierra Neer.
Chastity Nicole Wright.
Taylor Renee Callie.
Trent Alexander Fisher.
Madison Elise Chappell.
Jessica Leanne Waller.
Austin Charles Westhoff.
Lindsay Nicole Sullivan.
Kevin Eugene Riley Jr.
Heidi Lee Adam.
Carson James Messner.
Christopher Andrew Uchima.
John Joseph Kerwin.
Nicholas Alexander Wolverton.
John Paul Dirksen.
Jordan Andrew Litz.
Alexander Paul McLean.
James Nathan Hull.
Dalton James Brewer.
Randy Caitlin Honeycutt.
Tucker Lee Peavy.
Noah Stephen Kemker.
Brittany Danielle Maheen.
Mason Anthony Richards.
Chelsea Ray Duncan.
Anthony Gene Smith Jr.
Justin Michael Saint.
Kyle Stephen Yowell.
Daniel William Lohman.
Travis Theron Pratt.
Mario Michael Nigro.
Gabrielle Marie Glenn.
Parker Andrew Niemeyer.
Jacob Michael Cox.
Wyatt Major Mann.
Christina Deborah Bush.
Nathaniel Cruz Ledesma.
Alyssa Townsend.
Lake Anthony Robinson.
Darian Octavius Nimrod.
Mason Reed Harwell.
Gregory Lamont Robinson Jr.
Dylan, please hold your applause till the end. Dylan Michael Hernandez.
Bryce Burnett Brown.
Jordan Tyler Moon.
Brandon Lee Elkins.
Caitlin Lee Crabtree.
Latrell Christopher Green.
Allison Jacqueline Holland.
Dantes Antonio Yates.
Christina Marie Mann.
Cyrell Kenneth Fuel.
Madeline Lee Velleman.
Trevon Laporte Cole.
Cheyenne Louise Squire.
Keandre Willis White.
Kaylee Deanne Larkins.
Savon Kier Alexander.
Alec Michael Barber.
Brandon George Hecht.
Cicely Danielle Martin.
Hunter Anthony Watts.
Jonathan Gerald Hauer.
Michael John Coronis Jr.
Alexander David Fox.
Devin Miles Johnson.
Kyle Daniel Osborne.
Dominic Dakota James Billings.
Michael Thomas Goodson.
Miguel Angel Haro.
Jared Daniel Goen.
Andrew Stephen Galpin.
Joshua Paul Menard.
Jackson Stephen Roman.
Nathan Andrew Deal.
Nathan Stephen Asinger.
Connor Nicholas McIntyre.
Delaney Ann Steinmeier.
Nicole Elizabeth Johnson.
Danielle Marie Scroggs.
Michelle Lynn Pace.
Austin Michael Beauchamp.
Kristen Marie Tobiasen.
Alexandra Wren Sackwitz.
Sarah Elizabeth Spiegel.
Ashley Lauren Amon.
James Benson Skinner.
John Vincent Sokola.
Benjamin Benholtz Allgaier.
Luke Alexander Bennett.
Matthew Allen Hadley.
Matthew Edward Judd.
Rick Jameson Burns Gillum.
Griffith Lee Cady.
Scott Matthew Ekman.
Jason Bradley Glasscock.
Kylie Ann Musgrove.
Kyle Jean Emmerich.
Hannah Paige Firking.
Nicholas Dale Brown.
Marissa Ann Torres.
Eric Michael Davis.
Alyssa Ann Corbin.
Elise Noel Knight.
Kelly Ann Four.
Jordan Alexander Wafall.
Jordan Renee Shaw.
Jackson Chauncey Chandler.
Olivia Arlene Lucas.
Nicholas Scott Towler.
Brandon Adam Krekel.
Joshua Troy Colson.
Brittany Ann Krekel.
Shane Edward Zuniga.
Brandon Vincent Sebastian Cruz.
Blair Michael Sanders.
Tyler Vincent Layton.
Rachel Leah Williams.
Lake Taylor Kinzel.
Janelle Nicole Moores.
Austin Ray Johnson.
Andrew Thomas Blackman.
Aaron Michael Bradley.
Caroline Elizabeth Griffith.
Zachary Bartels Ludi.
Michael Anthony Mickelson.
Chase Joseph Eggleston.
Harrison Mason Hallam.
Dominic Vincent DeFeo.
Nicholas Andrew Hilton.
Megan Ann Williams.
Jesse Faye Edwards III.
Taylor Marie Holloman.
Aaron Nathaniel Daugherty.
Sean Martin Rogers Jr.
Caitlin Ann Edwards.
Megan Marie Graham.
Heather Danielle Atkins.
Don Tyler Monroe.
Kamani Nikhil Rose.
Tiara Delane Pitts.
Madison Elizabeth Willis.
Jordan Patricia Bailey McCormick.
Destiny Nicole Jones.
Kayla Cheyenne Watkins.
Damon Stephen Welsh.
Emma Louise Anderson.
Thomas Joseph Carolyn.
Centera Monet Anson.
Amanda Catherine Pasternak.
Justin James Pitts.
Aaron Michael Tooley.
Carl Anthony Martin Jr.
Joshua Allen DeGroff.
Jonathan Paul Bauman.
Dustin Wayne Swaggerty.
Stefan Christopher Marshall Butts.
Alexander Garrett Patterson.
George Trey Irvin III.
Austin Tyler Stucker.
Corey Edward Kilgore.
Dylan Ray Leonard.
Tyler James Parker.
Tanisha Monique Scott.
Dylan Scott Bowen.
Aaron Monet Watson.
Timothy Andrew Sammons.
Chandler Lee Fraking.
Dylan Lee Woodward.
Mione Peony O'Dearling Carvajal.
Madison Everett Myers III.
Megan Leanne Allen.
Jose Luis Chavez.
Chantel Leandra Polk.
Jacob Dylan Peters.
Jonathan William Miney.
Savannah Diane Hoyle.
Cole Brandon Schranker.
Elena Grace Hudson.
Elhan Pete Grigsby IV.
Taylor Eileen Eccles.
Ryan Christopher Green.
Kinsey Jean Rule.
Donovan Jaron Palmer.
Luke Aaron Shelton.
Odelia Marie Malegade.
Stiles Edward Daniel Kennedy.
Dylan Jacob Freeman.
Hannah Renee Leidy.
William Paul Michael Daniels.
Jessica Louise Fisher.
Dakota Lee Henning.
Raven Nicole Nash.
Haley Nicole Wilson.
Jordan Renee Hendrickson.
Emily Nicole Royer.
Jake Anthony Roberts.
Ryan Alexandra McCrary.
Tyler Allen Stone.
Jessica Ann Canaday.
Hannah Marie Hudson.
Bailey Elizabeth Helling.
Alexia Lachelle Morris.
Ivy Nicole Ryan.
Sierra Renee Brantley.
Hassan Nabil Dadala.
Aaliyah Cherie Clark.
Brianna Lee Hines.
Stephanie Artiste Lasker.
Ricky Lee Wood.
Taylor Asheria Rhodes.
Mary Madeline LaPerry.
Janae Sakari Searcy.
Ryan Lynn Phillips.
McKinley Shanice Copeland.
Tyler Mizell.
Cassia Yang.
Clayton James Marshall.
Valerie Michelle McKenna.
Amber Marie Reynolds.
Nicholas Gerard Bowman.
Marissa Renee Moore.
Joshua Logan Breedlove.
Marissa Ann Pfeiffer.
Josiah Charles King.
Lindsay Brooke Gilbert.
Austin Wayne Johnson.
Caitlin Elizabeth Hartwig.
Andrew Joseph Wong.
Melissa Faye Thomas.
Max Pomelee.
Rhiannon Kier Wolf.
Dylan Michael Ambrose.
Skylar Ray Stevenson.
Andrew Benjamin Wuthnow.
Preston Cole Rainey. Jared Keith Barnett. David Robert Landon. Wyatt Anthony Joseph. Austin Eric Nordyke. Justif Michael Loeffler.
I'd like to invite our senior class to stand for the singing of the Blue Springs South alma mater. Graduates, if you would remain standing just for a minute. First of all, a comment to you as graduates. I want to offer my congratulations to you. This has been an outstanding senior class. I believe that your opportunity for success is without boundary, and I hope that your years at Blue Springs South have provided you with great memories as you continue your life's journey, so congratulations. And a comment to the rest of our people here today, family and friends. As we conclude today, we would encourage you to take advantage of the stage decorations here on the arena floor to take pictures. There's your opportunity to get down on the arena floor all around the arena, so you should be able to find that. Access doors. Dr. Kinder, President Walkup, distinguished board members, parents, and guests, I'm proud and honored to present to you the 2013 graduating class of Blue Springs South High School.